Hello, this is review for common assessment number 5. Number 1, simplify the expression here, 18 times 3 squared minus 47. What we're going to have to do here is think of order of operations and how that works. So remember PEMDAS, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, adding or subtraction on these fours, whichever comes first. Okay? I'm actually going to leave PEMDAS. Whatever, I'll leave it right there. So let's ask ourselves, do I have parentheses? I don't, right? So do I have, let me show you what I'm doing here. No parentheses. So I go to the next thing, which is exponents. Do I have exponents? Yes, I have 3 squared right here, right? So that means 3 squared means 3 times 3, which equals 9. So we have 3 times 3, which equals 9. It's not 3 times 2. Please do not make that 6. And I was working on this one, right? Because that was the first thing we did. So I'm just going to put an underline there. What I'm going to do to stay organized is rewrite the question. So this is times. Now I'm going to fill it in with 9 because that's what I just answered, right? Notice that I just rewrote it, right? There you go. Keep it lined up. So now what I do? I did multiplication, or I'm sorry, I did my exponent. Ask myself again, are there any parentheses? No. Exponents? No. Multiplication or division? Looks like it, right? I don't have any division, but I have multiplication right here. So I have to solve that equation now. What's 18 times 9? So 9 times 8 is 72. I'm going to bring my 7 up here. 9 times 1 is 9, plus the 7 equals 16, right? I know I'm going kind of fast, but that's just how we got to do it. You can pause it if I'm going too quick. So now I have 162. So, oops, and I forgot to draw my line. Because I worked on this one, right? So this becomes, when I rewrite my question, or my problem, 162 minus 47, right? That's what's left. Let me move these guys out of the way. I just worked them out. Now I ask myself again. I did multiplication. There's no parentheses, there's no exponents, there's no multiplication or division. So next is adding or subtraction, whichever comes first. Is there adding? No. Is there subtraction? Yes. So let me cross this off. And let me do my subtraction. Set it up. 162 minus 47. Keep these lined up because it does matter with subtraction. And we can solve this. I'm going to let you guys solve this on your own. For number 2, it actually says, oh, actually I should have copied the directions, but it says write the following expression from words for problems 2 through 4. So 2 through 4 are right here. The first one says the product of 7 and the number. So our big key word here is product. And product means multiplication. That's just something you need to memorize because it's going to be something you have to deal with in math forever. So the product of 7 and a number. So when it says a number, we can all substitute that for a variable. I'm going to use y for right now. Whoa, where's that at? Oh, I wanted it to be a green y, but he's not showing up. There he is. So we have 7 and a number. So all it means is 7 times y, right? So I can write 7 times y like this. But that looks like 7xy, so I don't want to do that. The easiest way to write it is just 7y. Because when you have a number right next to a letter like that, or a variable, that means they're multiplying. So 7y. You can actually put 7 times y, but this is the fastest and most efficient way of doing it. 7y, or 7x, or 7n, whatever variable you want to use. All right, the next one says the quotient of a number and 4. So we have quotient now. And that means division, right? So quotient means a number. Again, a number, that's our key. It shows us that we don't know what the number is, so we can use whatever number we want. I'm avoiding using x because it looks like multiplication. So let's say, I'll say n. So n, and it says n4. So if it's a quotient and it's division, then I got to put a division sign, 4. N divided by 4. You can also write it as a fraction. N divided by 4 which would look like this. So either one of these answers is correct. N divided by 4, N over 4. Because they both mean N is being divided by 4, which is what it's saying, the quotient of a number and 4. Now this last one is tricky. And I actually made a mistake when I read it the first time. So you have to read it carefully. It says twice the sum of a number and 9. So the sum of a number and 9 and twice, right? If it says twice, that means we know we're going to do 2 times something. And now it says the sum, and sum is our keyword, which means addition of a number and 9. So the sum of a number of 9, so that's just going to be a number. Let me choose a variable, because whenever it says a number, that means a variable. Set it here. It said it here. Again, I'm going to avoid using x because I don't want to get confused. So let's say the sum, I'll put m. You can put whatever letter you want. So m, and the sum is m plus 9, right? Sum means they're adding together. So it's going to be 2 times the sum, which actually means that this has to be done first, kind of like order of operations. So this is going to be a parentheses right here. 2 times n plus 9. So whatever the sum of n plus 9 is, times 2. That's what this means, twice the sum of a number and 9. I know that one's tricky, and I could almost guarantee this is one. There's something similar is going to be like this on the test tomorrow, or this week. So good luck with that one. If you're still confused, make sure you guys ask in class so we can try to explain it further. All right, number 5 and 6 are both just simplify, and these are order of operations. So whenever we're dealing with order of operations, think PEMDAS, like we talked about on the question number 1, I think. So this one really could have been matched up with question number 1. That would have made more sense for me, but I guess it's not always going to be together. So let's ask the first one for number 5. And I'm not going to work both these out. I'll just do this first one, or at least part of it. First one says, and let me move it over. Do I have parentheses? Yes, I do, right? I have 5 squared plus 9. So let's do my parentheses first. You know what? Let me get rid of 6. I'm not even going to work it out for you guys. I just want to tell you guys that it is the same type of question, order of operations. So I'm going to work out this first because that's the first thing in my PEMDAS, right? Parentheses first, or groupings. So what does 5 squared become? That means 5 times 5, right? So 5 times 5 equals 25. Oh, I wanted to move you. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. All right. So this becomes 25 plus 9, right? And let's keep working that out. What's 25 plus 9? Well, that's just going to be 34. I did it in my head. Some of you guys might be able to, if not, work it out on the side. All right. So now I have 34 right here. I can bring the rest of my problem down. I was just going to cheat and write it, but I'll do it the hard way and write it out like you guys are going to have to. Okay. So all I did was bring my question right down, right? Kept everything the same. And there we go. Instead of this parentheses, I have this. So now I'm done with my parentheses. I don't have any exponents. Do I have multiplication or division? I do. I don't have multiplication, but I have division, right? And whichever comes first. If I had multiplication over here, I'd have to do that first. But I don't. So I have my division right here. So let's do this next. I'm going to change my color again. 24 divided by 6. That's going to equal 4, right? And again, I'm bringing down the rest of my question. So 83 minus 4 plus 34, right? Whoa. And there we go. So now I'm done with multiplication and division. Now I have adding or subtracting. Do I have addition and subtraction? I do. Which one's first? Whichever shows up first, left to right. So I have to do my subtraction first. This is where I'm seeing a lot of mistakes when I was helping some kids earlier today. So 83 minus 4, let's do that first. That equals 79. And then plus 34. And you'll have your answer. You can work out the last problem to get your answer. That's how we got there. Okay? Order of operations, that's the same for number 6. Think of PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, adding, or subtraction. Number 7 should be kind of a review from what the quiz we had last week. So to identify which expression is our equivalent to 4 to the 5th power, check all that apply. So if it's 4 to the 5th power, that means it's 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, right? 5 times total, right? Because it's the 5th power. So right off the bat, we know that 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be right. So let's put an X right here for yes, that's right. All right, next we have 16 times 4 times 4 times 4. Well, what equals 16? Can that be broken down a little bit? 16 is just 4 times 4, right? So we know that this right here equals 4 times 4. And then look what I have left. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. How many 4s is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 4 to the 5th power. It equals the same thing. Now 4 times 5, well, that equals 20. That's not going to be the same as 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. So no, that's not right. About 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is it the same? Unfortunately, it isn't. You cannot do that. And now we have 64 times 16. Well, I don't know. So let's work that out a bit. Let's see. What is... We know 16 breaks down to 4 times 4, right? Because we already... First, we know our math facts, so we can tell. Now 64, let's see if we can divide by 4. All right, divide by 4. 4 goes into 6 one time. Bring down my 4 over here. I can subtract. Oh, sorry about that. And that's going to equal 2. I bring down my 4. So this becomes 4. Can 4 go into 24? It sure can. How many times? 6. So this becomes 24. Oops. And I'm done, right? Because this is just minus now. So there we go. 4 times 16 equals 24. So let me see here. That means there's 1 4 there. And 2 more 4s there. That's 5 4s total. So yes, this is going to equal the same exact thing. Another way of saying that, you could have just factored out and did your tree if you wanted to. This might be actually easier for you guys to understand what I did. 4 times 16, right? Equaled 64. And then 4 times 4 equals 16. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then I had those other 2's because this is just the 64 part. And then I had another 16 times 4 times 4. So there you go. That is 5 4s. So that is correct. It is 4 to the 5th power. Number 8, distribute 4, and it says in the difference of x minus 8. 4 times the difference of x minus 8. That's how you would read this. So this is where you have to distribute to this guy and to this guy. I have my Chats Club people coming in right now, so it's going to be a little loud here, but I'll keep working with this last question. So now I have 4 times x. What does that equal? 4x, right? And bring my minus sign. I'm trying to make it a lowercase. I can just go lowercase. There you go. So 4 times x equals 4x. Bring down my minus sign. And now I have to distribute to my 8. So 4 times 8 equals 32. And that's our answer. That's how we distribute for number 8. Alright, number 9, it says simplify. So all we're actually doing to simplify this, to make it the smallest we can make it, is distributing again. So we have 3 times 5x, and then we're going to also distribute times 10y. I'm doing it right now so you guys don't forget to do it. So first, 3 times 5x, what's that going to equal? 3 times 5 is 15, and just attach your x. I have my plus sign, right? Let's bring my plus sign straight down. Now I have 3 times 10y, right? Don't forget to do it to every term that's in the parentheses. So after distributing, we have 15x plus 30y. Nice and simple and quick, right? All you do is 3 times 5 and then 3 times 10.